What's a weird phobia you have? Maybe this isn't too weird, but I'm afraid of not being able to see the bottom of a body of water. Whether it's a pool, pond, ocean, or whatever else, if I can fit my body into it but I can't see the bottom, I start getting extremely uncomfortable. I can walk in the ocean just fine, but the second I can't see the bottom due to deepness, or even maybe a wall of seaweed appears, I just have to head back to shore, or at least to a spot where I can clearly see what's below my feet. I own water shoes specifically for ocean and pond swimming, but sometimes even those don't help.
Sidewalk grates. Like, these and M equals 1144856342 and S equals 612 by 612 and W equals 0 and H equals Joey Jib 3F2 Uday QVQ1 JSM 6 CFDS 3 HKS 1I0C equals. Always have an irrational fear that they'll collapse beneath me or whatever.
Maybe not a phobia, just a little paranoia. I always cover my camera with my finger when I scroll on my phone when using the bathroom. I'm deathly afraid I will accidentally FaceTime somebody.
An earthquake happening while I'm deep frying or in the middle of draining boiling hot pasta water.
Maybe not overly weird, but I get unnatural anxiety if I have anything sticky on my skin, jelly, jam, cola, that kind of stuff. I hate it. I have to get it off instantly.
Touching anything that might make my hands smell, i.e. stress balls, slime, food too.
Silverware accidentally tapping my teeth while I'm eating.
I am deathly afraid of getting locked in a walk-in freezer.
Having my belly button touched. Some part of me is sure you can just push through to my insides right there.
I'm deathly afraid of talking on the phone. I don't know why, I just can't do it.
Mirrors. Mirrors freak me out. I don't like them, I don't use them. There are none in my apartment, except the one in my bathroom, which is the door to my med cabinet, so it's always open and facing the wall.
People in giant mascot suits. To me, that guy dressed as Mickey Mouse is a 6-foot rat with giant hands, and it terrifies me.
I'm scared of being in a maze.
So I can't find a name for it, but it's specifically swimming pools with nobody in them. Ones outside aren't so bad if it's day, but at night it's worse. Then if the light inside them is out, it's even worse. Then if it's an inside one, especially at night with no lights, oh god. Just looking at pictures of those things makes my skin crawl and I start to freak out.
The sensation of touching paper with dry hands. I have to put lotion on before I can touch paper.
Submechanophobia. I've had it ever since I was a small child and only discovered a few years ago that it's an actual phobia lol.
Why has nobody said emetophobia? This is my biggest fear and it's taken over my life.
I hate balloons popping.
I get anxious when a sound gets progressively louder, or beeping gets progressively faster. I don't know why.
Maggots. Can't look at them. My flesh creeps.
Don't know if it's weird, but getting trapped underground with limited movement is terrifying to me, and honestly if that happens and no one is coming to help me, I would do everything in my power to kill myself.
Opening a can of biscuits.
Becoming mentally ill without realizing it and burdening everyone around me as a result. Usually something along the lines of severe narcissist, or dementia, really anything without the awareness to change. I'm somehow not as freaked out by depression.
Supermoons. I get this impending doom vibe from it, like it's going to fall and destroy the earth or something. Silly fear? Yes. Potent fear? Oh yes.
Spider/centipede things. Getting crawlies thinking about it. No, I never squish spiders, my BF relocates them. I even tried to join a spiders of page to desensitize, and it does not work for me. I can barely look at photos/videos without feeling my skin crawl. If my mind somehow gets stuck about thinking about them, I have to try my hardest to think of something else. The only nightmares I've woke up screaming were about them. I dream about gross demon beep too. That stuff doesn't touch me. I'm not even an easily scared person. I love horror movies, love snakes/bats etc., but like anything with more than 6 legs, I have to calm myself down before I get a panic attack.
Ordering fast food at the speaker box thing. I don't know why, but it's so weird and I hate it, so I avoid it at all costs.
I don't even know what it's called. When I was 8 months pregnant, I went to a dinner theater, one I went to for every show every year, and 3 actors were tap dancing on a table and the table was bowing in the middle. like it's supposed to so it doesn't snap in half. I had a full-blown panic attack. That table was going to break and they were going to fall. I can't watch people sit on tables, porch swings, swings in general, those big beds people have hanging from ceilings, I just can't. I panic. I've had to really push it down at times when my daughter wants to go on a swing. I let her but not if there are a lot of people around. She's almost 12 now. Our beds don't even sit on frames. They sit on box springs and I know that sounds like it looks trashy but we make it work. Half the things people sit on they wouldn't even really get hurt if it fell. No idea what it is. None at all.
Automatinophobia, fear of wax figures of people. Mannequins don't really bother me, it seems to be specifically wax figures. My parents forced me to go into a wax museum on vacation when I was 13, despite my protests, and I jumped a fence and ran out an emergency exit when we got to an animatronic wax figure Last Supper. It was absolutely horrifying.
Fear of being wrong. Not wrong like being on the wrong side of an argument or getting the wrong answer on a test, but rather making the wrong life decision or being wrong about my beliefs. Like, what if I'm wrong about my religious beliefs, or lack thereof, and there really is a hell and I'm getting sent there? Being that kind of wrong always keeps me up at night and ends up stressing me out when making a decision. Oh, and trailer trucks. I hate being next to those things.
Big shapes. When I close the eyes and think of them, I somehow get terrified of not being able to conceive the volume of said shape and get the feeling of being consumed.
Seeing the bottom of a boat while it's in water. It makes me nauseous, nauseated. IDK the correct word to use. And I sometimes gag and get dizzy.
Driving on bridges. I'm fine with everything else, but once I get on a bridge, I do the speed limit with my hands at 10 and 2.
Horses. Those big eyes. They freak me out.
Intimacy, physical and emotional.
Licking popsicle sticks, wood of any kind, and beep-like nail filing makes me want to jump out of my skin.
FML weird-ass phobia of holes. Especially groupings of holes or things coming out of hole like Dr. Pimple Popper. Shudders.
People feel way too safe in cars. I don't have a phobia, but I am ultra-sensitive in cars. They are a machine of convenience and a fooing killer. It's just waiting.
Having my Achilles tendon touched by anything. I freak out around shopping carts.
This is wildly specific, but I have a phobia of people dressed up as Santa Claus. Specifically, it has to be a person dressed in a Santa suit. Images, little figurines, even movies are fine. But in person, no, total meltdown, anxiety, get me the beep out of there mode. I have no idea what sparked this situation, but I always remember having it, and my mom confirms I would sob and flail whenever they tried to do the mall Santa thing when I was really little.
I am absolutely terrified of octopi, squid, and any other cephalopods. They don't look natural to me with their arms and tentacles and weird beak pupils. They're an alien-like creature that was left behind from a failed invasion attempt. Spiders, snakes, bugs, creepy crawlies I can handle, but not weird beep water aliens.
I get freaked out by revolving doors. It's not bad as it used to be, but I still avoid them when possible.
Thalassophobia.
I don't have an actual diagnosed phobia, but I'm terrified of places that are so dark that you can't see anything with your eyes open.
The son of a teacher at my high school was running around with a flag and tripped. Got it lodged into his eye and screamed blood-curdling murder non-stop in front of the whole school. Having an eye injury like that is not a weird fear, of course, but I think my mental scarring from that has made it a full-blown irrational phobia. I can't run in the woods anymore.
Balloons. I physically can't be near them, or I just feel wrong. And if they pop, I cry before I even register what happened.
I'm terrified of driving. I have never driven nor had a driver's license. I'm 54 years old.
Pasta bolognese. Can't even see that beep on a menu.
I have a fear of falling, not heights. I would gladly go up to the highest place in the world if I knew I wasn't gonna fall and beep and look down, but the second I'm gonna fall, I'm screaming as loud as I can in fetal, depending on how far the fall is.
May your day be filled with joy and happiness. And please remember to subscribe to Upvote for the best quality content every day.